Okay. Now let's understand what is the difference between appliance and a server. So traditionally we used servers. So servers means we'll procure the server. We install OS like initially what we do,
Windows.
we'll be installing Windows Server or Linux or ESXi. Okay, if you procure the server and install OS, and then we create VM, or if you install Windows or Linux, we'll be configuring some applications for business purpose.
Yes.
So this is called as an server.
Server.
Okay, whereas appliance means like it has been already installed with OS and some required applications required to support the infrastructure. For example, our VxRail server. Okay, VxRail appliance. Okay, why they're calling this VxRail appliance? Because you no need to install ESXi operating system. This will be already installed in the factory. Okay, along with the applications which is required to manage the infrastructure of VxRail. So what are the applications which has been installed by default on this VxRail appliance? vCenter, vRail login site, VxRail manager, then secure connect gateway. All these appliances will be pre-installed when they deliver the server to you. Okay, so now we understand the difference, right? What is server, what is
It is
appliance?
appliance.
So appliance is an pre-installed OS device, whereas OS will be installed by the vendor and delivered to us. Okay,
Okay.
and also like this appliance, like it will be having patching and update process will be differ from the normal server. We'll be
Yes.
following an defined process for patching our servers, and for appliance it's a different thing, and that patching update everything will be defined by the vendor. So suppose if you want to update a VxRail appliance, then that patch update will come from Dell EMC, not from VMware. Even if you want to install update your patch on ESXi servers, those bundle will come from Dell EMC, not from
Delete.
VMware. Okay, now let's understand the difference between VxRail and Nutanix. As you know, one of the main competitor for VxRail is Nutanix. Okay, but Nutanix has some advantages when comparing with VxRail. Okay, because VxRail from hypervisor perspective, because it's a dedicated hardware which is used only for VMware. We cannot use any other hypervisor OS, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can use only ESXi. But
Yeah.
in
Yes, sir.
Nutanix, you can use Hyper-V, you can use Nutanix HV, or any combination of three. So this Nutanix hardware has a flexibility, whereas you can use VMware, Microsoft Hyper-V, and Nutanix AHV. Okay. So next is about vendor supported hardware. So here vendor supported hardware is only Dell EMC. But Nutanix, if you want to implement Nutanix in your data center, you can choose multiple vendors. Okay, but for VxRail, you have no other option, only Dell EMC, because they are the only manufacturer of VxRail. But if
Yes,
you
sir.
want to implement Nutanix, then you can have the option of selecting Nutanix hardware, which is offered by the OEM. You can also go for HP hardware. You can go for Linux memory. So probably by next year, I think I will be removing this Optane persistent memory, because and generation, like generation of server will be used for 4 years only. After that, they will go for
Ah,
upgrade, right?
yes.
Okay. So let's understand this Optane persistent memory. So this is how the Optane persistent memory looks like. It's similar to the memory card, but it won't do the exact memory job, but it will do some additional task along with the memory option. Okay. So this was officially introduced in the market in the year of 2019.
2009.
Okay. So the company which introduced the product is like Intel. Okay, that's why it's called as Intel Optane persistent memory. And like that will be placed inside the server along with the DRAM. See, you need to understand the main difference. For example, I have a server, okay, and I ordered for almost around 300 GB of RAM, okay, but I cannot
Okay.
completely order the server with 300 GB of RAM with this Intel Optane persistent memory. You need to mix DRAM and Intel Optane RAM, because the operating system which is going to sit in the RAM, that will use only DRAM, not this Intel Optane persistent memory. Okay, so this Optane persistent memory cannot replace the role of DRAM, but however, it will support for the application part. Like if you want to run an application and that application is storing more number of data in the RAM, that time this Intel Optane persistent memory will come into picture, and it will help us to reduce the downtime of application. Even like downtime means like corruption of application or missing of data in the applications during a sudden downtime. Like suddenly if that server is going down, what will happen? All the data in the stored in that DRAM will be erased, right? But if
Yes.
you are using Intel Optane persistent memory, if there is some data stored in that temporarily stored in that Optane persistent memory, even during sudden failure, that data remains will be stayed there in that memory, and it won't get
Memory.
erased.
That is the quality of this
That is the
persistent RAM.
advantage. Okay. And if you're installed Optane persistent memory, if you want to check whether we have installed Optane persistent memory or not, you can go to the BIOS settings of your Dell EMC VxRail server. There you can go to system BIOS settings. There you can go to Intel persistent memory DIMM configuration. You can find which are all the slots has been placed with this persistent memory, Optane persistent memory. As I told you, we cannot replace the complete server memory modules with this Intel persistent
Persistent
memory.
memory.
Instead, we can mix up this persistent memory with the existing DRAM memory modules. Okay, we cannot boot up a server with by placing only this Intel persistent memory. Okay.
Yeah. So now the 6 minutes is left. So
Yeah. And
okay.
see, this is coming with two options. Okay. And one is like memory mode, and another one is like app direct mode. 128 GB. Okay. And like 128 GB, a normal dynamic RAM would cost around 13.67 GB per GB.
Purging.
Okay, so let's put it in a calculator. So here 13 into 128 equal to $1,664 you need to spend for 128 GB RAM. Okay, but for this Optane persistent, if you want to procure 128 into 4, just $512 you can spend. So
Dollars.
from cost
Yes.
perspective, it's a cost saving, right?
Yes.
You can save a huge amount, but still, if you want to procure a server, you need to have both the RAMs. We cannot directly run operating system on the persistent memory. Okay, so in order to run the operating system, you need dynamic RAM, and along with that, you can include this persistent memory option in your VxRail service that was there earlier. Okay. And Intel
Okay.
has stopped making this Optane persistent memory. Okay, that is in the year of 2022. Okay, I'm not sure about the exact reason, but they have stopped manufacturing this Intel Optane memory. The only reason that came on that forums and community portals saying that Intel is the only manufacturer of this Optane memory. Due to high demand, they are not able to meet the demand in the market. So they stopped making this
Hmm.
Optane memory. Okay, that's what the information which I got. But officially, Intel didn't mention anything about this
There.
option. Like, it's just mentioned in the forums. Based on that, I'm saying.
Yes. Okay, so
Okay,
this,
so we'll stop it here. So we'll left with 1 more minute. Okay, and tomorrow we'll get into this VxRail version release and other steps. Okay, so tomorrow onwards only we are going to get into the VxRail platform completely.